All right, guys, you have made it to day 3 of the 5-day challenge. This video does not require any equipment, you just need some space. Don't forget to make sure you subscribe to the channel and then add your comment when you're finished so that way you can be entered into the drawing. Have fun. Okay, so we're just gonna do a few warm-up exercises and then we're gonna get started. And now you're gonna just step forward and backwards, alternating which leg you're stepping forward with. Again, these workouts or these exercises should not cause pain, so if they do, feel free to modify. Everyone is different, so everyone's body responds different to different things. And now you're just gonna take one leg up. And now I want you to add in your arms, pulling back as you're lifting your leg up. We're just starting to loosen up all of those joints. Awesome job. Three, 2, and 1. Now you're gonna step to the side, reach out. Step to the side, reach out. So you're reaching across, you're shuffling over just a little bit, and you're reaching right across your body. Reach, try to make that arm nice and long. Side shuffle, reach. Side shuffle, reach. The goal is to get your heart rate going a little bit more with this video. And we're gonna do 5 more. Make your arm nice and long. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. All right, now you're gonna reach up and step. We're just gonna stay on that right side to start. Make that arm as long as you can, reaching up. And you're just stepping out to the side at the same time. Just 2 more here, and then we're gonna switch. Last one. Switch other side, so now on that left, you're reaching way up, trying to make that arm as long as you can while stepping out to the side. Awesome job. Just 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so you're gonna start by standing on your left leg, and we're gonna take that right knee and you're gonna step back and then pull your knee forward. Step back, pull your knee forward. I want you to do just a couple slow. Then I want you to try to speed it up. And when you bring that knee up, I really want you to focus on keeping that left leg, get it straight. Really use that power. Bend your knee straight. Bend your knee straight. We're talking about that left leg. Then I want you to try to pick up the pace if you can. It does challenge your balance a little bit. So if you need to hang on to a wall, you can just do one hand. So you're stepping back and pulling forward. We have 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna stay standing on that left leg. Now this time, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull your knee across and back out. So you're using both arms and you're pulling at a diagonal and then stepping back out. Again, do a few slow and then pick up the pace if you can. This one's usually a little bit easier to hold on to your balance. Start get that heart rate climbing. Awesome. We have 10 seconds to go. Pull that knee in. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to switch to the other side. So now you're going to stand on that right leg, and we're going to pull that left knee in first, forwards and backwards. Forward. So make sure you have some space behind you. Step back, pull forward. Back, forward, forward. Again, do a few slow, and then once you feel okay, pick up the pace just as much as you can. Great job, keep working. You are now straightening that right knee when you pull your left leg up. 10 seconds. If you lose your balance, just recoup and get back to going. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now you're taking that right leg and we're pulling it in on a diagonal. I'm sorry, you're standing on that right leg, pulling that left one in. Ready? Here we go. Pull it in and back out. Couple slow, then speed it up. Perfect. Keep going. Really pull that knee in. Get those arms involved. 10 seconds. You should start to feel it in that hip that you're standing on. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, so now what we're going to do is you're going to bend at the hips. So you're just going to push your hips back, and then you're going to squeeze and push forward. Pushing out is going to help you stand up taller. So I always like to put my hands at my hips. You can also stand in front of a wall, and all you're doing is reaching back for that wall and pushing forward. So it's just to avoid moving forward with your knees. So push your hips back. So it's not really a squat. I'm not bending my knees a whole lot. Push forward. Bend, push forward. Make sure you stand all the way up and really squeeze your glutes at the top. Stand all the way up. And you're just reaching your arms forward. It's just to help you stand up taller. Awesome job. We're going to do 8 more. 8. Really squeeze those hips. 6. Sit back. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right. Now we're going to stand on that left leg. And what you're going to do is tap forward, tap all the way back. Tap forward, tap all the way back. And then I want you to try to speed it up. You're just bending your left leg a little bit on the way back. Awesome. 15 seconds to go. You're just tapping forward, then all the way back. 5, 3, 2, and 1. On to that right side. Stand on the right leg and you're going to tap back and forward with that left. When you go back, you're just bending your knee slightly. And you're pushing off that back leg. I always like to incorporate my arms. Whatever feels good to you. Find that rhythm. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to take your legs out wide, so a little bit wider than like a squat stance. And I want you to point your toes out. So toes are pointed out, legs are wide, down and up. So this is just, we call this a sumo squat. It's usually a little nicer to the knees, but usually you can still feel the burn in those thigh muscles. The important thing is though, you want to make sure your chest is up and you're still sitting your bottom back. So we're still not going forwards. I really want you to sit back. So you're not going down very far, but we're doing pretty high repetitions here. So keep going. I want you to try when you do this to bring your knees over the direction your toes are going. So you're kind of pushing them outwards a little bit. And keep going. And we're going to couple this with a balance exercise. So we're going to do about 50 reps here, then do a balance exercise, and then we're going to do both of them again. We're going to call that about 35, 37, 38, 39, 40, 10 left, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, you're going to stand on your left leg. This can be a little bit of a challenging balance exercise. So, stand on your left. Take your right back into that kickstand. And now, what I want you to do is lift that leg off the ground and bend forward a little bit. So, I'll show you. Lift and bend, almost like you're a teapot or something. You're pouring yourself out, but you're just bending your chest forward just a little bit as you lift that back leg up. So as you lift, your chest comes forward. You will start to feel this on the leg that you're standing on a little bit, and you should really feel that ankle working. Now to make this harder, you just bend lower. And you can try to keep your foot off the ground. But for now, we're staying here, and let's switch. So now you're standing on your right leg. That left leg is back into that kickstand, and you're bending your chest forward as you lift that foot off of the ground. Again, you're just bending forward just a little bit. So you're standing on one leg just for a brief period of time. "10 seconds to go for this one. Lift off and then bend forward. 3, 2, and 1. Back to that wide stance, toes pointed out. They don't have to be directly out. That's not a nice position for our feet, but just point them out at a 45-degree angle, and then you're just pulsing. You don't necessarily have to stand all the way up. You can just stay in this position, and that's actually going to make it harder because your legs don't really have time to rest as they would if you stood all the way up. So to make this harder, try not to stand all the way up. And so you're just bending your knees slightly in and out while you're keeping your chest up. So So it's helpful to look at something in front of you. If you're looking at this video, you can pick a spot above the video to make you look up a little bit higher. And we should really start to feel this one right in those thighs. Awesome job. We'll say that's about 30. We're gonna try to do 20 more. If you need to, just shake it out and then meet us back down. Try to limit the amount of rest you're doing. And try to make that rest quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand on that left leg, take that right foot behind you. Same thing, lift up. As you lift up, bend forward. Lift up and bend forward. Sometimes if you put your hands on your hips, it does help balance you just a little bit. Lift up and bend forward. You might start to feel it on that left hip a little more this time. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And now you're gonna switch, stand on that right leg, left foot goes back, lift up and bend forward. Like I said, the further you bend forward, the harder it is. So just find something that you're comfortable with. Because with balance exercises, you don't want to be all over the place and barely able to do the exercise. We want you to be somewhat stable while your ankle is working. And if you do get out of whack, just come back and then start again, get your composure. And we're just gonna do 3 more. 3, 2, and last one. All right, so I want you to find a wall. Find a wall, just bending your knees a little bit. So this is not a wall sit where you have to go all the way down so your thighs are parallel. This is just a mini wall sit. Now, I want you to try to get your low back flush against the wall. So your entire back is on the wall. And I want you to keep it there because this is going to be a core exercise, but it might not necessarily feel like you're working your core muscles because we think of abs and sit-ups and those sorts of things. So I want you to focus on really pushing up through your feet. Push up through your feet so you're squeezing all of these muscles, and I just want you to hold this for 10 seconds. Really squeeze up. You're keeping your low back against the wall. Keep your low back here. Keep pressing up with your feet, and you're gonna raise up. Really fight that low back on the wall because it's gonna wanna arch. Go till you can feel where it starts to arch, and then bring it back down. The more we raise our arms overhead, the more our back wants to arch. I want you to stay in control. Push that low back into the wall and bring it back down. You might notice you can maybe go just a little bit higher each time, but I want you to be in control over getting your arms all the way overhead. So stay in control. Use those core muscles to push your low back. Keep it on the wall. You're still pushing up with your feet. There's a lot to remember on this one, but the main thing is just keeping your low back flush against the wall. As you raise up, if you can only get to here, that is a-okay. We're going to keep working on this through these 10 sessions. Raise up and down. We're gonna do 5 more. Really fight to keep that low back on the wall. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, we're gonna go to those arms for a second. You're gonna take your right arm, and I just want you to punch out to the side as quickly as you can. So you're just punching to the right side. Keep it going because I want you to start to feel that burn in your right shoulder, just a little bit. And now we're gonna take that right arm and we're gonna go up and down. When you come down, it's just a small, very small squat. So we're not going all the way down, up and down. Again, once you have the hang of it, I want you to try to speed it up if you can. And you should start to feel that burn a little bit more in those shoulders. Up and down. 10 seconds here, and then we're just gonna go back to those punches. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last burnout. So we're gonna go 15 seconds, and I want you to keep punching as quickly as you can on that right side. Start to feel that burn a little bit more in that shoulder. 5, 3, 2, shake it out. And now we're going to the other side. So that left arm, you're just starting out, same thing. We're gonna punch for about 30 seconds, go up, down, and then come back to that punch. So the quicker you go, the harder it's gonna be because those muscles are working harder. Keep going. And now we're gonna go up, down in 10 seconds, so keep punching. Ready? Here we go. Up, small squat, down, up. You don't necessarily have to add in the squat, you can just stay here, but to make this a little bit more challenging, you can add in just that tiny squat. You're essentially just quickly bending your knees and then standing right back up. All right, start to feel that. We have 15 seconds here, and then we're going back to those punches. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going back to those punches. All right, I need you to hang on for about 20 seconds. Keep going, feel that burn. Keep punching. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. We are going back to the wall for the same overhead exercise. So now you should be a little bit better at it because we've already done it once. Get into just a very slight bend in your knees. Find that wall with your low back. Keep it there. And raise those arms up straight. And come back down. You might feel it a little bit more in those shoulders this time around. Push your low back into the wall. Don't let it arch. We're just gonna do 10 more here. Lift up just as high as you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, push it in, 4, don't let it arch, 3, 2, last one, and 1. All right, now, make sure you have just a little bit of room on the sides of you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna first start by pushing off the left leg. You're gonna push off the left leg, land on your right. Come back, push off the left, try to land with your balance on the right. Now, this might be kind of hard, especially in the first couple of times you try it. So you're gonna push off and try to get your balance. You can use your left foot as a kickstand if you need to. Then you're just stepping back. Push off, control your balance, and then come back. This is a pretty high level balance exercise that I use. And as you can see, I'm not perfect at it either, but those are the exercises that are best for your balance. So use that other leg as you need to, but once you do a few more reps, your body learns how to keep you in balance. So come over. You don't necessarily have to jump. It's just kind of a push off and you're transferring all of your weight. We're gonna do 5 more of these. And then if you get really good at this, this is a great balance exercise to master, because that means your ankles are able to work really well in keeping your balance and helps fend off all aches, pains, all of those kinds of things. 2 more. And last one, you should also maybe feel it in your hip a little bit. Other side. So now we're pushing off that right foot and you're gonna come over onto the left. Get your balance, hold for about 3 to 5 seconds before you come back. I want you to get in control before you step back. So it's not then immediately step back. Get in control and then step back. Get in control. One foot may be a little more difficult than the other, and that's totally normal. Perfect. I want you to keep going. We're gonna do about 5 more here. Really focus. Use that other foot as you need to. Push off. The key to balance is just being able to react. And so that's what we're testing here, is your reaction to keeping yourself here. And we're gonna just do 1 more. Perfect. All right, so that was actually not bad. And I hope that you did start to kind of master that once you got going. All right, so now what we're gonna do is you're gonna side shuffle down, side shuffle back. You don't need a huge space. So even if you can just take a couple of steps forward and back, you're bent over just slightly, so it's just sticking your hips back, just staying somewhat lower, and keep going. Those hips might be a little fatigued from that balance exercise, so now it makes this just a little bit harder. And we're gonna go for 30 more seconds here, so this is just a little bit longer, but I want you to start to get that heart rate going again. Try to keep your hips sitting back. 10 seconds to go. And last one. All right, okay. Now, what you're gonna do, we're reaching the end here. Okay, so this one you're gonna stand on your left leg. You're gonna punch forward and step forward. Side, step, side. Forward, forward, side, side. So you're stepping and punching in the same direction. Now, this one, like any other one, once you get going, I want you to try to speed it up. So you're essentially pivoting on that left leg, so that left leg is not moving. And you're just moving that right foot forward and sideways. And we're gonna do about 10 more seconds here, and then we're gonna switch. 3, 2, last one. Same thing, other side. So do a few slow so you can get into the rhythm. Coordination is a big thing too. Forward, sideways, forward, sideways, forward, and then speed it up. So now this one, your right foot is staying right where it is, and your left foot is pivoting forwards and backwards. And we got about 20 more seconds here. Awesome job, 10 seconds to go. 5, 3, and 1. Okay, we're gonna go back to what we did in the warm-up where you're gonna shuffle, reach, shuffle, reach. So it's just one shuffle step, reach, reach. Make your arm as long as you can and come back as long as you can and come back. Perfect. We're gonna do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, opposite arm, opposite knee, alternate. Knee, knee. So you're really just trying to bring your elbow to your knee or get it close. The first 2 exercise videos, we don't do any squats, and there's a reason for that. A lot of people have pain with squats. And in order to squat in the best way, in the healthiest way for all of your joints, is strong hips. So strong hips are the key for the first few exercise videos. And then we work on squats, lunges, all of those kinds of things, and we get some weights involved. And now just alternate side kicks. So that's why we're doing a lot of sideways movements, a lot of single leg standing stuff, because strong hips are the key to really any lower body pain can be somehow tied to the hips. Usually, now there are exceptions, but for the most part, a lot of those that, if you haven't had an injury or something, of course, but a lot of it is strong hips. And so if we can keep our hips strong, then we can also prevent a lot of pain as well. Step back, one at a time. So like I said, next week on Tuesday, I'm going to be using a set of weights. I would recommend getting a lower weight. So I'm probably going to be using a set of 5s. So you could use anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds. If you have something that's a little bit heavier, maybe you have 7.5s or even 10s, you can modify and just do less repetitions. But I will be starting with lighter weights. So if you can get your hands on some, or if you have some already, that's perfect. But I would highly recommend seeing what you can find. All right, now what we're gonna do is you're gonna take a step back with your left, step forward. Step back, move your arms back, step forward, step back, step forward, just 5 more. 3, 2, last one, and switch. Step back and bring your arms back, and then step forward. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so that does it for us for today. Make sure you're still following that nutrition plan and really staying consistent with these exercise videos. Now, like I mentioned in the previous video, the goal is to finish this video today and also do it tomorrow if you're feeling good. We really want to get these movements cemented down so your body understands how to move in these certain ways, because some of these things may be brand new to you. So I want you to at least complete this video one other time before we meet next Tuesday. So that way you really can get the idea and your body gets trained on balance, hip strengthening, the goals of today's video. So I will see you next week with a light to moderate set of dumbbells. See what you can get your hands on. And thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful